Hey, hey, hey! How's everyone doing tonight? Are you ready to talk about the rich and famous? Of course you are. Who doesn't want to be rich and famous? It's like the ultimate combo meal, except you get to skip the fries and go straight to the yacht. Now, we all know that if we want to be wealthy, we have to invest in assets. But did you know there are some things that aren't technically assets, but are still highly valued by the rich? Yeah, I'm talking about those invisible assets that only the wealthy seem to know about. So let's get started. These 5 things are like gold to the rich, but the rest may see them as waste of their time acquiring them. Number 1. Index fund. Did you hear about the first investment that rich people love to buy, but poor people always overlook? It's called index funds. Now I know what you're thinking. Why choose index funds over investing in individual stocks? Well, even Warren Buffett, the legendary investor, recommends index funds. And let's face it, if there's one person who knows how to make a dollar, it's him. At the 2021 Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting, Buffett emphasized that for the majority of investors, including his own company, they are better off investing in a simple S&P 500 index fund rather than trying to pick individual stocks. And who can blame him? Picking stocks is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's a daunting task that takes years of expertise, and even then, there's no guarantee you'll hit the jackpot. So what are index funds exactly? They're like a collection of the top 500 elite companies listed in the market, also known as blue-chip stocks. And let me tell you, this is not your average collection. It's like the Avengers of the financial world. These companies are carefully selected and reevaluated periodically to ensure they meet certain criteria. And you know what that means? You don't have to be a financial wizard to invest in them. And the best part? Historically, index funds have had an average annual return of over 12%. That's right, just sit back, relax, and watch your money grow. Even Buffett famously won a $1 million bet in 2017 against a hedge fund manager who thought he could outperform an index fund. Over a 10-year period, Buffett's chosen index fund beat the hedge fund's returns. So, if you want to make money like a boss, it's time to jump on the index fund train. Secondly, experience. Yes, that's right, experiences. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't need to pay for experiences, I can just make my own. But hold up, let me explain why the rich are onto something. See, time is a limited resource, and we all have different experiences to accumulate. And let's be real, starting from scratch can be a daunting task. We spend a lot of time wondering if we're doing things right, and that can lead to self-doubt and inefficiency. But fear not, the solution is simple. Spend some money. Investing in someone else's experience can help us avoid pitfalls and speed up the process. That's why the wealthy love to pay for courses, hire experienced folks, or even pay for some words of advice. And let's face it, who doesn't love a shortcut? But the poor don't always see it that way. They think anyone who spends money on classes is foolish. But the rich know that it's better to learn from other people's experiences than to waste time trying to figure things out on their own. As Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's partner, once said, "The best way to learn is not from our own mistakes, but from the mistakes of others." So there you have it, folks. If you want to learn faster and avoid costly mistakes, invest in someone else's experience. And let's be honest, we all want to avoid mistakes. Unless, of course, it's a mistake that involves getting a free refill on your coffee. In that case, bring on the mistakes. Now, before we move on, if you're new to this channel, don't be shy. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can get all the juicy financial strategies that will make you feel like a Rockefeller. The third dimension is time. You might have heard people say that money can't buy time, but let me tell you, that's a total lie. Time can definitely be bought, and the more money you have, the more time you can purchase. It's like one of those sweet deals you get at Costco. Buy in bulk and save. For example, if you're rich, you can hire someone to do your laundry, clean your house, and cook your meals. Boom, you just bought back a few hours of your day. Or let's say you need to travel for business. You can either take a bus and spend 7 hours getting to your destination, or you can take a plane and only spend 1 hour in transit. Sure, the plane ticket costs more, but you just bought back 6 hours of your time. With that extra time, you can prepare for your meeting, check out the local sites, or even take a power nap. And who doesn't love a good power nap? The wealthy understand that time is money, and they're not afraid to spend money to save time. While the poor might be content to spend months working on a project, the rich are like, nah, let's just pay more to finish it early. They know that their time is valuable and they're not going to waste it on things that can be outsourced or expedited. So if you're not yet a baller, focus on increasing the value of your time. Improve your productivity, streamline your processes, and before you know it, you'll be able to afford to buy back some of that precious time. And the more time you can buy, the more opportunities you'll have to make even more money. It's like a vicious cycle, but in a good way. So go forth and invest in your time, folks. Fourthly, let's talk business. I mean, who doesn't love money? As the saying goes, the income streams of the poor are very limited, but the rich have at least three. And let me tell you, the rich have got it all. Active income, capital gains, and other passive income. It's like they've got money falling out of their pockets. And you know what they say? When we talk about business, we're talking about capital gains. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, I'm just an ordinary person. I can't start a business. It's too complicated and requires too much money. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. You're wrong. Everyone can start their own business, even if it's just a side hustle. And yes, that includes you. But wait, let's take a step back. You might be wondering, what's a side hustle? Well, it's like a small business that you can do on the side of your regular job. You can leverage your skills, time, and resources to create a source of passive income. And here's the thing, even if you think you're just an average Joe, there's something unique about you. Maybe you're single, or maybe you know how to fix a mean lasagna. Whatever it is, there's someone out there who needs your skills. In fact, there's a whole industry dedicated to single people called the solo economy. You heard it here first, folks. Now, let me give you an example. Let's dive into the fascinating world of the solo economy. You see, back in the day, people would rush to get hitched as soon as possible. But now, we're all taking our sweet time. Some folks even think that getting married at 30 is too early. What's the rush, right? So, what does this mean for the economy? Well, it means that the solo economy is booming, baby. That's right. Industries like solo dining, solo shopping, and solo travel are skyrocketing. It's like every day is Valentine's Day for some of us. The travel industry is even offering solo travel packages now. No more compromising on destinations, activities, or budget. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. It's the perfect solution for those who love to fly solo. And let me tell you, solo living is a dream come true for some people. Like my client who was nearing 50 and still single. She was living her best life, enjoying her personal space, and had a high-income job. Because she had low expenses, she could afford to treat herself to whatever she wanted. As long as it met her needs, she was more than happy to pay for it. So, my friends, embrace the solo lifestyle. It's not just a trend, it's a way of life. And with the solo economy on the rise, the opportunities are endless. So, what are you waiting for? Let's go solo. And don't even get me started on the countless opportunities in everyday life. It's all about identifying needs and finding a way to solve problems. Take, for instance, the story of a man in a low-lying district in the U.S. that frequently flooded. He came up with the brilliant idea of creating a handcart and offered to push anyone across the flooded street for $1. By the end of the day, he had made more money than many white-collar workers. So, folks, let me tell you, business doesn't have to be high-end and glamorous. It's all about exchanging value to solve problems. And wherever there are people, there will always be a demand for something. So go out there and find your unique label, leverage your skills, and make some money. The fifth on the list of invisible assets for the wealthy is fame. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, who cares about fame? Well, let me tell you, if you're wealthy, fame is like that extra cheese on your pizza. You just can't get enough of it. Fame is all about how many people know you, and the more famous you are, the more opportunities come knocking at your door. It's like being that popular kid in school, but instead of getting invited to parties, you get more customers for your business. And let's be real, who doesn't love customers? Your personal brand is just a fancy way of saying how famous you are. It's like when people talk about Nike or Apple, they're really talking about how famous those brands are. Your personal brand is how people perceive you. And if you're famous, people will trust you more than your non-famous peers. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I'm not a movie star, writer, or entrepreneur. How can I become famous? Well, my friends, the answer is simple. Invest in your personal brand. Just like those movie stars, writers, and entrepreneurs, you too can hold a press conference, host a book signing, or even appear on a TV interview. The more famous you are, the more trustworthy you become, and the more money you can earn. It's like a never-ending cycle of fame and fortune. And let's be real, who doesn't love fortune? Now, I know some of you might think that buying fame is shallow or unnecessary, but let me tell you, investing in your personal brand is like putting a turbo engine in your car. It's the quickest way to gain trust and build a strong reputation. And let's be real, who doesn't love a turbo engine? So, folks, if you want to break free from those limiting beliefs and achieve financial success, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. We'll be sharing high-value content that will help you become famous and earn that sweet, sweet cash. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you again.